I lived on a sailboat from the age of like 2 until I was 8 in San Diego, and my parents never were like sailors per se, but they just kind of wanted a different way to live. And it just so happened that my grandfather also moved onto a sailboat around the same time, so we lived kind of as this extended family together in San Diego on 2 different boats. And so I didn't ever consider myself a sailor, but I was a liveaboard. I went to boat building school. That feels way more comfortable and more at home to me. It's really good feeling, and that makes me think about my family and how they feel when they push me to do what I want to do. They want me to feel that way. They want me to never feel like I work because I'm always just having fun. I feel really at home when I get to come in thinking about all these exciting, like, big things to put together. It's always exciting and really makes me appreciate my family and how they made me look at jobs and crafts like this. I didn't really notice any of that until after my grandfather had passed away. He was this big, goofy, hands-on guy that worked on all these different boats and working on houses. But he might say something like, "Why isn't it made out of fiberglass?" But he might really think that it's super exciting, and he'd probably be here just as much as my parents are, which is pretty cool. He's a goofy guy, and I definitely think I'm a pretty goofy guy, so he'd be pretty supportive, and maybe he would have still given me his tools. So being an apprenticeship at a museum, you could take the time to learn yourself, and I had no idea what was so special about the bay. But you know, just as it all happened, we were building Edna Lockwood, a 9-log bug-eye, and that's probably the most unique boat you're gonna get out of the bay, just a carved log boat. And so I got to spend a long time with such a small group of people building such a unique historical artifact. I wasn't attached to the bay at the time I started, and so learning about it and sharing that and getting all this feedback with people helps me grow, helps them grow, and makes the whole restoration be more than just about the building process, and fits with the mission of how the museum works. I don't think there's a day where I come into work and I feel like I have to be at work. I always think like, man, this is the dream of just hanging out and doing your hobbies. Like, I don't feel like I'm ever stressed, and I don't feel like there's ever too many bad days when you're working on the water with a bunch of your friends and a bunch of curious guests.